today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Washington Commanders taking on Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His third NFL team, Carson Wentz.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. A big game here for Carson Wentz. He mostly got cheers. Some boos smattered him when he was announced before the game, but 35-32-1 was Wentz in his 5 years as the Phillies starter. His best year, well, you remember that one, 2017, finished 3rd in MVP voting, but a knee injury ended his season late and opened the door for Nick Foles to carry the Eagles to a Super Bowl title. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, you might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing.
Yeah, be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
To throw, it's Wentz. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Smith to return it. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And what a start to the season he's had. 10 touchdowns through the first 2 weeks. Now, we won't start playing the game of what kind of pace is he on because it is a long year. But at the very least, he's got to be the front runner for NFL Offensive Player of the Month for September.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Commanders, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
From the 41, Hurts, flush to his right. He's got a man, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 19 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. That's returnable now for Smith. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Here's Hurts to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Oh, That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
From the 10, and they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Once more, Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Wentz now on 1st down. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Gibson, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz, that's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. Back to the ground with Gibson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Gibson, toss right. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz completes this to J.D. McKissick out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Sly able to put this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll kick things off in Charlotte, an NFC South matchup pitting New Orleans against Carolina. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in US Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. DJ Chark, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And that one all even as they play the visiting Texans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, 74 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay. A sack on the corner blitz. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. Back to throw here. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On play action, Wentz. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Here's Wentz to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
And the pressure gets to him again. Hassan Reddick providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And it's taken in at the 9. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll go again with Sanders. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Flushed out right, airing it out deep for Smith, and that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Going deep here for Watkins. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Eagles are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line. Wentz. That's Samuel caught left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing is Wentz. And he's going to go down again. Fletcher Cox in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. Able to connect with Dotson. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 42. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Wentz now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And hold on here, an injured player, and certainly a notable one, Carson Wentz, shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 4th down. Heineke. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. Another run with Sanders. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 yards on the pickup there.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Eagles are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense set to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. They fake the give, now Wentz. Thomas brings it in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On first down, Wentz. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Eagles, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Washington, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.